Hi teachers, my name is Ms. Puzio and this is a teacher-facing video to show you how to create some resources and utilize breakout rooms in TeachHub's Google Meet suite. And this is kind of going to be a supporting lesson. Since the students are planning and drafting an argumentative essay, I think that this would be a really fun activity to go along with it before they dive into the main essay. So you could use this with this lesson or the previous one or any time in between, especially if you want to get your students talking, discussing, and collaboratively working together. So right now we're on Module 8, Lesson 15, Day 2, and it's what does it take to make a successful invention. So at this point, we've wrapped up the module. They're planning and drafting an opinion essay. And the focus question is, what does it take to make a successful invention? So since they might need some support in picking that and choosing that and really diving into that, I think that this activity can be really helpful prior to doing this as kind of like a setup activity here. So I'm going to show you first what I think that you should do to set up the materials that the students will be working with inside of their breakout rooms. So you might do this with a larger group of students, a smaller group. You want to plan your groups out ahead of time to see which students are going to be in which group, how many students. So that's up to you and your discretion. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to just utilize Jamboard for this. I feel like it's the easiest thing to use. So what we're going to do is set up our Jamboards, and then you're going to make, for however many groups you have, you're going to make that number of Jamboards. So for the time being, we'll just say we have 3 breakout rooms for now. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to open up a new tab, and you're going to go to Google Slides because we're going to make our template first. And I think that's important so that we have a template for the Jamboard so that the students can't move anything around. Okay, so here we are. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick the 3 inventions that were discussed in Edison's Best Invention. I'm just going to take this away here. So I feel like for that, we can create a tree map, which is a type of thinking map students use to categorize. So I'm going to go to Insert, Text Box, and I'm going to write Edison's Best Invention is the, okay, I'm going to bold that, put that in the middle, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so we have that right here. Edison's best invention is the, and then we're going to list the inventions that we want to discuss. Okay, so from the passage we have, let's insert another, I'll just copy this text box. We have kinetograph. Okay, and we also have phonograph. Oh, sorry. And then we have the light bulb. So what this is preparing students to do is to work collaboratively together to form an opinion and some supporting reasons and arguments. That way they're set up for their final piece. And light bulb. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this up a little bit. Okay. So then, since we want students to kind of pick supporting reasons for all of them, we're going to see which group comes up with which invention they find to be the strongest and why. And then the students are going to come back together in the main rooms to discuss, agree, disagree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert another text box here. And I'm just going to put kind of like the size of a Post-it. And we're going to write because. And then I'm just going to outline this so that students can put the Post-its in it. Enter, 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 enter. Just going to move this up a little more so that there's room for at least 2 Post-its and reasons. And the students can write as much as they want. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Put this on the bottom here. And then do the same thing all the way across. I'm going to highlight that and then copy. So that goes under phonograph. And then this one goes under light bulb. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to File and then click Download and save this as a JPEG or a PNG file. Then we're going to open up Jamboard and start making our template. So first we open up Jamboard, hit the plus sign so that it opens up a new Jamboard file for us because we want to work with a fresh one. And then I'm going to title this 1 for group 1. Okay. Then I'm going to click Set Background, add an image, and click the download of the untitled presentation that I used. So now we have this right here. Then the students can post their reasons, and now they can't move it. So they would put their post-its. Let's, for example, it was the most useful, let's just say. Okay, then we could put that there, and the students can keep them small if there's more, or they can each come up with a reason for, different ones, and then put that there. And then, so we want to get a variety of answers from the students. Okay, I'm going to delete that. So now what we want to do is we want to click Share, and we want to make it so that every student can edit. So I'm going to click anyone with link can edit. Okay, so now we have group 1. So now I'm going to show you how to make copies of this so that you don't have to make multiple copies over and over and over and change all the settings. So you're going to click Share. Not Share. You're going to click the 3 dots here, and you're going to click Make a Copy. And we're going to label this Group 2. And then click Share it with the same people so that it's automatically that anyone can edit. So you don't have to do that again. And then you just repeat this for the number of groups you're going to have. 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups. I'm going to do it one more time. Make a copy, label it Group 3, share it with the same people, and then so on and so forth. So now to access the breakout rooms, if you use Zoom, you already have breakout rooms embedded in. If you use Google Classroom, you have to have the official, I think a certain version of the G Suite account bought from your school. And if not, there is a way for you to access the breakout rooms officially if you don't have that feature. So we're going to go to Google and type in TeachHub. And then you're going to log into TeachHub using your DOE credentials. Sorry. Okay, so you're going to log in using your DOE credentials. Then it's on for me already. It says recent, but if it doesn't say that for you, you're going to go to elementary school, then scroll down to productivity and collaboration and click Google Meet. Okay, once you click Google Meet, it says right here, new meeting. You can schedule it or start an instant meeting. Let's turn off my camera. So now you'll notice that up here you see some differences. You see a chat, you see this little activity bundle right here. So normally what I do automatically, I just turn off the chat. And when you click that, you're going to see this little activity button. And there are your breakout rooms. You also have polls and Q&A, but that will be saved for another time. So at this point, you have your students in here. Now, what I would do is I would take this and copy and paste it, this meet.google.com link, and you just post that in your Google Classroom. You say, boys and girls, click this link. Now, if the students are logged in through their NYC SchoolNet accounts, they should automatically be able to join. But if they're on their school Google account, like name@pswhatever.com, they're going to see something that just says, instead of join, it's just going to say ask to join. And then you're just going to accept the students. So that's the only other little extra step, is that you'll have to accept the students. So once you have all the students in here, obviously there are none in here right now, but when you click breakout rooms, you will see all of their names. And a lot of the times it automatically will set up random rooms for you. So if you click set up breakout rooms, and let's say you want 3, you would click 3. And then all of the names are going to automatically populate here. So if you don't like the way that Google Meet does it automatically, you would X the names out and then just retype them in. That takes a little bit of extra time, but if you have predetermined groups, you can do that. Okay, then you could put on a timer. If you want them to only have 10 or 15 minutes, you would click OK. Okay, then at that point, you would all be ready to go. Click Open Rooms, and then it's going to invite all the students to join a room. Then normally what I would do is I would click Join the Room. Okay, and then I'm in the room with those students, so I'm in the breakout room, right? So I would go to the chat inside of that breakout room, go to the link, click it, of the Jamboard that I want them to work on, and then paste it into the chat. And then you would go and do that for each group. I would click leave or then join the other rooms and paste their Jamboard in their chat. Okay, so once you do that, you don't even really have to hop really in between the rooms, because you can just be navigating all of the Jamboards and seeing what the students are writing. And if you notice and see that they're fooling around or not doing what they need to do, you can jump in those rooms. Then at the end, you would hit close rooms. You can close all the rooms, close all rooms now, and then return to the main call. So that would bring all the students back to the main call. Now, if you notice there's any stragglers, you can join the room and then just remind them to click return to the main call. And then you guys can share the Jamboards, have a discussion, and really set them up for success with their opinion piece.